So this should be interesting. So a while ago on Twitter, I asked you all what the most overrated Sonic the Hedgehog game was, and I got a crap ton of responses. So in this video today, I'm going to be counting down what the top 5 most overrated Sonic games are according to you guys. I tallied up all of the results in that tweet, and here I have the top 5. It's on the left hand side, that's why I'll be looking at it. So let's begin with this video. So at number 5, we have the original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive / Genesis. People think that's overrated, and I guess I can see that in a sense if we're talking about the general audience, because I imagine people who aren't within the Sonic community itself are like, oh yeah, Sonic 1, great, classic Sonic 2D, blah 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 blah. But I feel like in the community right now, I don't see it. I don't see this game as overrated. I don't see too much people praising this as like, whoa, it's the best Sonic game. Whoa, one of the best ever. I see people saying, oh yeah, it's pretty good. Not the best, but yeah. And that's how I feel as well. I think it's pretty good. It's actually, I like it more than Sonic 2. Sonic 2 is one I actually do think is overrated, but that's actually not on this list. Spoilers. Sonic 1, I think, is a perfectly rated game. I do not think it's overrated. I think it is just fine. Sure, it does have its missteps with the whole labyrinth zone and I guess marble zone being really slow paced, even though I thought that stage was quite fun, but it is kind of jarring going from Green Hill to marble, and the fact that they spent like 6 months on Green Hill alone and then rushed the rest of the zones. That was kind of weird, but I do not think it's overrated. So that's the first game on the list. And then here's number 4, it's going to trigger people. And remember guys, I did not make this. This was all people on Twitter. These were my fans on Twitter. They responded to the tweet. Number 4 is Sonic Unleashed. Wow, Sonic Unleashed. And here's where you're going to be pissed off at me because I actually agree with them. Don't get me wrong, I love Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is really good. I really admire the game. I love everything it tried to do. But it's the fact that people are just praising it every day non-stop as the Messiah, the second coming of Christ. It's not the second coming of Christ, I'm afraid. There are a lot of things this game got wrong. The hub worlds, while a cool addition, were just kind of bland and just wasted time between going through stages, going from one stage to another stage. The whole medal collecting was a chore. I never personally had too much of an issue, but the fact that I had to go out of my way to get the medals because I knew what was going to come and that I'd end up having to go back, I had to spend way over 30 minutes on the Werehog stages to find all the damn medals, just so I wouldn't have to go back to the Werehog ever again. And speaking of the Werehog is a crappy playstyle in my opinion. It's one of the worst gameplay styles in Sonic history, I feel. I do not think it's fun. It's just a knockoff God of War because that's what was popular at the time, beat 'em ups. So Sega went ahead and added a beat 'em up to Sonic Unleashed. And while, yeah, it's in-depth-ish, you can just spam one combo and still win. And it's nothing like Sonic. I don't feel like you should be playing a Sonic game for things like that. I don't know if a lot of people think that, but I feel like you're playing Sonic for high-speed action platforming, not slow combat with very mundane, boring, blocky platforming and a million enemy rooms where you're just mashing a certain combo to win. And yeah, the story's really good. I love the story. Presentation's really nice. The daytime levels are amazing. Music is really good. But definitely not the second coming of Christ. Like, come on. Recognize its flaws. It's not the best thing ever. I've been saying a lot on Twitter that people make like posts of like, whoa, Sonic Unleashed, so good, this is what Sonic's team should do. And then they post 4 images. I see them non-stop all of the time. People have been really annoyed that I pointed that out. But it's true. I do see that all the time. It's getting really annoying. Sonic Unleashed is really great, but it ain't the best game of all time. So yeah, that's number 4. I think it's overrated. So yeah, number 3, Sonic Generations. I disagree with everyone. I've found a new love for Sonic Generations ever since Sonic Forces came out. I went back, played the game, and I was like, damn, this is good. Like even the classic levels, which at first I thought were not that great, when I went back to them after Sonic Forces, I was like, damn, these are really good. They mess with the foreground and background, the physics actually work really nicely. Sure, they're nothing like the Genesis games, but it still controls damn well, and the spin dash is really fun to use, and you can bounce off of bandits and still gain momentum and get on new platforms. You can take the highest path to get the fastest time. It's so fun. It messes with 3D a lot in the background. It's just, they're really well designed. They are really well designed. They've got like really cool set pieces. They're really good. And then the modern Sonic levels, yeah, they are too short. That is definitely a big gripe I have. They are way too short. They should not be making Sonic stages under 2 minutes, in my opinion. Every Sonic stage should be at least 3 to 5 minutes speedrun. But these stages are like under 2 minutes. But to compensate for that, the levels are bigger and better than they've ever been before. There's so many alternate paths. Like, stages like Seaside Hill Modern are amazing. They are some of the best Sonic stages in the whole franchise. So good. Sky Sanctuary, Chemical Plant. When you're in the opening section, you see all the little tube thingies and you're like, oh wow, they look like cool background things. And then you try and jump to them and they're actually different paths. So it's like, wow, they really spent time on that. I feel like the team behind Sonic Generations spent so much time and passion and effort designing these levels to be the best and most fun they could be, and have so many alternate paths to increase replay value, get the fastest time. And that's what Sonic stages should be about. They shouldn't just be one linear path, because then you can't really try to speedrun it, can you? Because that's what Sonic Forces, in my opinion, tried to do. It tried to make one cohesive straight line so that you could go really fast without really trying. Whereas in Generations, you have to try to get a good time. And that's what makes the game so fun. That's what going back to the stages is so much fun. That's why it's so much fun to do that. So I do not think this game is overrated. Sure, it has a kind of crappy story, which people blame for no passion, but honestly, I just think it's the fact that they only want to focus on the gameplay rather than that. The experience here is so smooth. It's just going from stage to stage. Sure, you have to go to a few missions, but they can be done really quickly, and all they end up being is playing the stage again. And that's not an issue because they're really fun. And that's why I think it is not overrated. I think it's really good. I think this should be the standard for what modern Sonic games should be. Not Sonic Forces, Sonic Generations. That should be the standard. It's so good. I think it's an excellent game. Definitely one of the best in the franchise, in my opinion. I do not think it's overrated. I do not see it either, because it got around 80s, 8 out of 10s by most people, which I think is very fair. That is a very fair thing. I don't see much people in the community saying it's very good anymore. People I see just say, yeah, it's pretty good. But the outsiders are like, yeah, it's really good. So I do not think it's overrated. Next, number 2, we have Sonic Colors, and this got a crap ton of votes. Sonic Colors, I can see it as being overrated. I can definitely see it. And the way Sega are treating this game definitely just points to that direction that, yeah, Sonic Colors not as good as we all thought it was. Sure, in 2010, it was considered good because the game we got before that was like Sonic and the Black Knight, and now that's been considered as underrated. But yeah, Sonic Colors was kind of a return to form-ish. I don't know if you can say that because it's not like a Sonic game. It's more like a Super Mario game in a way. That's what Iizuka, I think, was trying to go for, because this game was on the Wii and the DS, so they were trying to suit it towards the Mario fans. So it was kind of a mishmash between high-speed sections and very, very bland to the platforming sections. Now, I feel like there is a lot of stuff the game got right, like the level themes are amazing, some of the best in the whole franchise, they are so good. The music was very good. It's just the charm as well, it has so much charm in the game, like just from the musical cues and everything, I feel it. I feel like it's really good. But I do agree that it could be considered overrated, not in the Sonic community itself, because people are bashing the hell out of that game now, but to like the general audience, yeah, I could see it being overrated. It's not that great. It's fine. It's not bad. You can play through it, and yeah, it's kind of fun, but the fact that like the 3D sections are like, this 3D section is here just so you can get to the next 2D, because these 3D sections were like really, really linear straight paths with not much in them. Like that one 3D section in Tropical Resort Act 2 where it's literally just a straight line, then a little loop and a more straight line. So I agree. Sonic Colors overrated. Okay, and then number 1, I'm probably sure you could have maybe guessed this. Sonic Adventure 2. So this is a tricky one because not many people talk about Adventure 2 as much as they used to. So it's kind of hard to get a judgment of if they think it's overrated. I know a lot of YouTubers have made videos on it saying, oh, this game's actually pretty bad. But a lot of people in the Sonic community love Adventure 2. But I don't see too many people loving it that much. Like, there are certain individuals I know that are like absolutely crazy for Adventure 2. Their favourite Sonic game, one of their favourite games of all time. They love Adventure 2. They hold it to a very high standard. But that's only a certain amount of people. I do not see too many people like that. I do see a lot of people saying it's really good, which I agree. Adventure 2 is a really, really good Sonic game. But I'm actually going to say it's not overrated anymore. Back maybe 5-10 years ago, yeah, I would say it's overrated. But now I do not feel it at all. Now I feel like the fans are fair to the game, and I feel like the outsiders are just... They just don't care, honestly. They just don't care about Sonic. But I just don't feel it. I do not feel like Adventure 2 is overrated. I can't really expand upon that, other than I just don't feel like it is. I just don't see many people saying it's the best thing ever. But apparently, according to you guys, you think it is. But that's basically the entire video. Let me know what you think are the most overrated Sonic games in the comment section below. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description below. It's a good way to interact with me, and who knows, maybe I'll make another video like this and you could be a part of it by voting. So, I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to me on YouTube for more videos like this. I've been doing a bit more Sonic content lately, but I am not a Sonic tuber. I still am strictly Sonic and Nintendo, so it's a mix between the two, so it's not just Sonic. So if you like Nintendo, make sure to subscribe because I need more Nintendo fans on my channel. But with all that said, thank you all for watching, and I'll definitely make sure to catch you guys later.